Teachers in the midst of this pandemic, challenges and opportunities. COVID-19 pandemic has gradually changed the world or the people way of living. It is such a terrifying phenomena in which it destroys the normal way of living around the world. Many lives had been wasted, jobs being shattered, and companies that had been broken due to it. The pandemic has likely increased deaths from other causes due to disruption to health service delivery and routine immunizations, fewer people seeking care, and shortages of funding for non-COVID-19 services. COVID-19 has exposed persistent inequalities by income, age, race, sex, and geography location. Despite recent global health gains across the world, people continue to face complex, interconnected threats to their health and well-being rooted in social, economic, political, and environmental determinants of health. The pandemic has also revealed significant gaps in country health information systems. While high resource settings have faced challenges related to overstretched capacity and fragmentation, weaker health systems risk jeopardizing hard-won health and development gains made in recent decades. Being a teacher in the midst of this pandemic is exhausting. There are so much to think about that will drain our energy. Working under increased demands and with limited resources during the pandemic is so depressing. Part of this overload seemed to be associated with not knowing what lies ahead and how to prepare students for an uncertain future, including the handling of high-stakes national assessments. Moreover, many teachers reported being physically and emotionally exhausted, which are well-known symptoms of burnout. Burnout is a consequence of prolonged experience of stress and can have negative consequences for teachers, students, and educational systems such as greater intention to quit the profession and poorer student outcomes. It is noteworthy that school leaders have reported more anxiety during 2020 than class teachers, which raises particular concern for this group and for the potential effects on leadership it could have. Two crucial factors have shifted due to the pandemic. First, pedagogical adoptions have proven to be pivotal as the traditional lecturing in-person models do not translate to a remote learning environment. No matter the type of channel used, radio, TV, mobile, online platforms, etc. Teachers need to adapt their practices and be creative to keep students engaged as every household has become a classroom. More often than not, without an environment that supports learning. Some countries are supporting teachers with this. In Sierra Leone, where the main remote learning channel is radio, a live and toll-free phone line is open for students to call teachers with questions, and schedules of radio lessons allow time for children to help their family with daily chores. Second, the pandemic has recalibrated how teachers divide their time between teaching, engaging with students, and administrative tasks. In Brazil, according to a survey conducted by Institutional Peninsula, 83% of teachers did not consider being prepared to teach remotely. 67% were anxious, 38% felt tired, and less than 10% were happy or satisfied. The pandemic has highlighted the need for flexibility and more time for student-teacher interactions. For example, in in Estonia, teachers were given autonomy to adjust the curriculum, lesson plans, and their time allocation. Faced with the pandemic, countries have combined high-tech and low-tech approaches to help teachers better support student learning. In Cambodia, for example, education leaders designed a strategy that combines SMS, printed handouts, and continuous teacher feedback. Taking advantage of the high mobile phone penetration in the country, the approach goes beyond providing low-tech materials. It gives information on how to access learning programs, ensures students access paper-based learning materials, and includes home visits to monitor distance learning activities. Teachers are also expected to provide weekly paper-based resources to students and meet them weekly to provide their mark worksheets and issue new ones for the week ahead. Technology has also enhanced government teacher support, adapting existing coaching programs to be delivered remotely, as the mentioned cases of Nigeria and Uruguay, creating spaces for peer support programs. For example, the Virtual EdCamps initiative created to facilitate peer-to-peer learning among teachers, or establishing edtech hotlines for teachers, like in Estonia, where the HITSA, the Information Technology Foundation for Education, opened an educational technology information line to solve any technological question teachers might have. Therefore, technology interventions should enhance teacher engagement with students through improved access to content, data, and networks, helping teachers better support student learning as laid out in the World Bank's platform for successful teachers, where effective use of technology is one of the key principles to cadres of effective teachers. To ensure pupils' immediate learning and nutrition needs are addressed, some teachers reported delivering work packs, laptops, and food packs were financially and logistically possible. They also told us that they called pupils and their families regularly and created new communication channels through which they were most likely to engage with families, such as Facebook. As one primary school leader said, as teachers, we want to connect and we want to be there for the kids that we teach. And we want to keep those relationships going even when that's really tricky. And that's all.